Are you a fan of mythology with every religion in the world? Then come play games, kill things, and also learn about religion. Smite is a MOBA game as a multiplayer online battle arena. Now, MOBA is basically controlled by League of Legends, but Smite is slowly doing an uprising like the albums of very bad bands. Smite is based on religion from different types of gods. There's Norse gods, there's Roman, there's Egyptian. It's all these different gods from these different mythologies throughout history, and they all come in this arena to battle. Now, the nice thing about Smite that I haven't seen other MOBA do is this third person instead of the overhead. And it really changes the way the game feels, because with the overhead view, it's kind of like a real-time strategy. So you kind of get the feeling of like, okay, I can kind of see, but I really can't. With third-person view, you see everything in front of you. And when you have a team battle where all the members of both teams are in one area fighting, it really makes things intense instead of League of Legends where you're kind of just randomly clicking and mashing the buttons. Because in Smite, you have to actually aim and stuff. Now, it is a free aim, so there's a cursor on the screen, and then you have to move the mouse to aim that cursor to fire your basic attacks and even your abilities. Unlike League of Legends where it's one click and he auto-attacks everything. Now, the nice thing about Smite that I found is when you jump into League of Legends, you're kind of confused because there's such a vast knowledge of the way the game plays, the characters, the items. Well, every single 24/7 basically, Smite has actual streamers that work for their company, High Risk Studios, and you can go on to Twitch and watch them and ask questions. I've asked a few questions as of how do I build this character? And I got a response, and they kind of just talk, and basically it's an intro video, except everyone does it differently. And it's nice to see the way that these actual pro players are playing instead of just watching a tutorial video where it's you kind of understand it but you don't. The community is actually really nice instead of League of Legends. League of Legends, I've never liked it that much because there's so many little kids on it, and they really don't know what they're doing. They just kind of yell and scream like little kids do. And with Smite, there's more of an adult community, and it's more teamwork and stuff like that. And I myself, not being an MMO fan, I really flock to MOBAs because I like that same feel. And Smite gives me that feel of a MMO, but without having to actually play the MMO. Now, with League of Legends, as everyone knows, with most games nowadays, sadly, they're pay to win. So with League, you can grind hours on end and slave your life away to this game and buy champions with the credits you earn in that game, which are called, I don't know what they're called. Insert picture there. And then you can buy riot points, which cost real money to buy the champions. And each champion is roughly about $10 to buy in League of Legends. Well, with Smite, you earn what you call favor, which is the in-game currency, or you can buy gems. Now, if you are one of those people who really love skins for characters, I myself not being one of them, then Smite's the way to go, because all skins can be bought with favor. Not always gems. Now, the thing that I really enjoyed to Smite, which got me addicted to it as I am now, is that you can pay $30 and get every single god they've released already, plus the future gods for the life, for that account, forever. And it's kind of nice instead of in League, per se, where you're kind of, the new character looks cool, but you don't really know if you want to play him or not, because you don't have a chance to play him. Well, in Smite, you pay $30, you get all the gods. And that to me is really nice. And then they also have promotion events basically twice a month where, hey, you know, on this weekend you get double favor, or you get, hey, you know, you can win gems, which is the currency you can buy, per se, riot points. Now, Smite has a bunch of different game modes. They've got their regular 5v5, which is called Conquest, which basically is kind of the same as League of Legends. They've got their Arena, which you fight in an arena and you try to lower your opponent's score down by either getting minions in the gate or slaying the enemies, which is basically a domination, per se. And then they have Assault, which is one lane, and it's a random god that you're given, so I don't play that because I don't like random gods. And then they also have a new game mode every single day. And yes, that's every single day. So each day you're going to log on there and it's a brand new game mode. And sometimes they're really fun, sometimes they're kind of but you know, out of 365 days a year, you're going to get a 365 game mode each day for you to play. And it only lasts that day. And sometimes it's based on a certain god, like Zeus wants to duke it out and find out who's the best against him, and it was only the Greek gods. So that was kind of cool. And then there was another where it said Ares can't find anyone to fight him because he's almighty. Who can fight him? And it was just Ares versus Ares. So that was kind of cool as well. And then they also, of course, have their ranked, which, as everyone knows, is more towards pro players. And they also have their 3v3 game mode, which is called Joust. Now, I hated the 3v3 in League of Legends because it was just terrible. And in Joust for Smite, it's actually a really fun game mode because they've got implemented the jungle and they've implemented a one lane that's actually really cool. And all in all, Smite is probably the best MOBA out there. I haven't came across one that is better than Smite. And the nice thing about Smite that you can also do you cannot do this in League of Legends is I don't like the mastery pages in League of Legends because you got to keep building them for each character. In Smite, there's no mastery pages. You build your character in game and that's it. There's no points you can invest where you get more attack or runes you can buy and stuff like that. It's a really simple MOBA that feels like an MMO, which is a dream come true for most of the people who play MOBAs. And they also announced probably a week ago that they are actually in the esports tournament now, so Smite's getting up there. League of Legends better watch out. Alrighty, here are the total lives of the game Smite. This made me cringe inside because I love this game so much. The graphics for this game are going to be 8 out of 10. They're not really anything, they're actually really nice. They were really bad when the game first started, but they've improved immensely. The control's going to be 7.5. They're really like an MMO control, WASD. Typical as that, but they're just, sometimes you got to do things and it's really hard to get your fingers around. The gameplay is 10, and I know that seems really weird being a MOBA, but it's really just because of the game mode that you get each and every day. That really, to me, just makes it so immersive. The price is free to play, but as I mentioned earlier, you can pay $30 and get all the gods. So, I mean, it can be free to play or it can't be. The ESRB rating is T for teen. It has violence, blood, partial nudity, and use of alcohol. Of course, since it's a video game, the girl is going to be wearing some really weird things. And the community is going to be a 6. The community is nothing really like, oh yeah, come play Smite with me, but they're not like, hey, I hate you, go burn. So it works. Now the total lives for this game are going to be 8 out of 10. Go download it right now. Make sure you click here to subscribe. Click here if you'd like to see more Game Spotlight videos, and make sure to check back the Improbability Show channel for a gameplay of Smite this Wednesday, and hopefully I don't get murdered immensely. This is Jacob signing off.